Hey there, Cancer. Welcome to your July 2025 Intuitive Tarot reading. Really excited to jump into this for you. Now, before we do, if you are a regular, welcome back, Cancer. Wonderful to have you here. And if you are a newbie, welcome. My name is Bronya. I'm an Intuitive Tarot reader. Really looking forward to connecting with you. Now, drop me a comment. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Don't forget to like and share, but most importantly, hit subscribe. It keeps the readings flowing and supports the channel, so I'd be super grateful for that. And happy birthday, Cancer. We are in your season, whether it's still to come or you've had it. I really hope it was wonderful for you. All right, well, let's jump into the message. I went back through your 2025 year ahead reading that we did for you on the channel, and I pulled out your July energies, and I have the Two of Cups and Seven of Swords. Now, this may be what you're navigating this month, or it could be having an influence over you. Okay, so this can be where we're feeling undermined, in partnerships, relationships. And I always say that the energy in one life area can most definitely impact other life areas, like we've fallen out with a friend or a loved one, or we're feeling like maybe we've been undervalued by a romantic partner, all the way through to deception and betrayal. It's going to impact work, it's going to impact our mindset and our other goals. So we'll see how this plays out into the energies. Okay, so we've got the Two of Swords, Seven of Cups, Two of Cups, Seven of Swords. We'll pop them over here. Now we've got a lot of room here because we're going to be building you a Celtic cross, Cancer, and I'm going to start by pulling the signifier energy for you from the Major Arcana. We'll read this as it comes out, and then you'll see me pull the rest of the cards, and we'll come back around for the read. Personal readings and healings are available, Cancer. I will drop a link to my website down below, and you can find me on the socials, Instagram and TikTok, for different daily readings as well. All right. We have, Cancer, the Temperance. I love that in relation to the energy that I have here. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, you may be dealing with one. You might have a significant Sagittarian placement in your birth chart. This is very much a healing and a balancing energy. So if you are navigating issues in relationships or partnerships, this is a very positive omen. It follows on from the Death card. There could even have been a severing of ties here that is repairable. Outside of that, Temperance is asking you to have patience and balance, and is talking about divine orchestration for a solid new beginning or path ahead. You might be reassessing your field of dreams, what you're really wanting moving forward. The foundational aspect is the balance, is the harmony here in this situation, whether it is the professional partnership with your employer or your romantic partnership. You might be assessing the peace of the situation, like, can it bring you that harmony? Does it need to be changed? Do I need to walk away? Let's see what else comes out in this reading. Okay, so I'll pull the rest of the energies now, and I'll see you back here, Cancer, in just a moment. So these are your cards. This is your Celtic cross, Cancer. Wow, a lot of cups energies. We've got the 10, the 8, and the ace, right? And the ace is in the known position. So it feels like you're assessing an emotional new beginning here, okay? Could this be with someone from the past, someone that you've severed ties with? It's not limited to love, guys. With a general collective reading like this, you might be assessing Ace of Cups, a work career opportunity that really feels fulfilling and it would fill your cup. But, is it right for you and your whole family? Like, Eight of Cups is here. Will it require relocation or movement? So I think that you're assessing the greater future happiness of you, maybe loved ones as well, based on whatever this Ace of Cups holds for you, all right? So it's interesting that the 10 of Cups is the biggest influence that also crosses you, and the 10 of Cups is our best life. It's kind of like the end game of happiness, right? And here we see this beautiful scene of living in the country, rainbow of blessings, beautiful couple, family, children running around, fur babies, the whole shebang, but it crosses you. So maybe whatever has happened here with this situation. You thought it was going to be your Ten of Cups, but something has happened here. It's fallen apart, maybe so it can fall Temperance back together in a new way. Or maybe, you're really thinking, is this what I really want? Maybe you've been kind of going through a little bit of a crisis where you've been like ready to commit, but wondering, is there anything or anyone else out there? So I feel like you are thinking about and assessing and evaluating your future happiness, that field of dreams, right? And what do you really, really want? Because the past energy is the Nine of Pentacles, and this can be someone who's been operating in quite a self-sufficient, maybe even self-centered way. You could be dealing with someone who's coming across like this and wondering if they are all in on the dream, right? Are they ready to partner and work as a team, or are they still off in their, independent phase of this is love and relationships, and that could have ended up in some kind of severance or some kind of deep discussion about that. In terms of work career, it could be that you're really wanting to get to the Ten of Cups, and of course the finance is a huge part of that. And you're working potentially on going out on your own, an entrepreneurial path, becoming financially self-sufficient, and that's what you're really wanting here. But there could be an influence here of external factors and relationships. Like that could look like, not feeling supported by those around you. I know I went through this when I started my journey here on YouTube all those years ago, when I was in a very established global professional career, and my family were worried, like, what are you doing? Is that the right move? Is it stable? All these things. And if I had listened to that, I would have Seven of Swords to myself. I would have sabotaged the opportunity. So although it's great to have the voice of reason from others, we have to be mindful where that is coming from. It can often come from their own fear, right? Or, what they have navigated. So just really stay in your heart and in your intuition. In your future, I've got the Knight of Swords. And look, generally that would be a quantum leap forward, wanting to say yes and charge into it. I would say with the Knight of Swords, the advice is to pace yourself. Don't go too slow. Don't go too fast, right? Also, be mindful with communication. If there is somebody around here that might be a little bit of a naysayer or not supportive, see it from their perspective. Have compassion, empathy, and heart, and don't go into battle. All right. So, communication. Be mindful. Don't move too quick. Contemplate. We've got the Four of Swords in the reading, and that very much is the message of that card. I can never pick these up. Okay, the Known, we have the Ace of Cups. Now, maybe this has arrived, or maybe this is what you're trying to manifest and that you want, what you're wanting. You're wanting an emotional new beginning. If this is in love and relationships, you are wanting to repair this, you absolutely are. In terms of work career, you might be looking for that opportunity that can, pay for you to create the Ten of Cups, and that would usually involve maybe owning your own property or renting one that really is a dream home, being able to afford to grow your family, to make those moves, right? So I feel like you're really calling in the pieces that can get you there. And the Ace of Cups signifies that it's the opportunity showing up and then evaluating it. But in the unknowns is the devil, right? And this can be fear of entrapment. What if I make the wrong decision and, I'm stuck? Maybe you've had a past experience before, and that has colored your opinion or how you've been operating in this. If this is around work, career, finance for some of you, the devil could be a desire to pay off debt, to be free. There is an energy here of working towards a sense of freedom. We have to make sure that it's coming from a healthy place and there's not a sense of escapism. And like I said, that you're pacing yourself properly here. In terms of relationships, if there has been something that has come apart, it's really important that if there was any unhealthy behaviors or toxicity, if you are considering offering the Ace of Cups or receiving a reconnection offer of the Ace of Cups, that this has been acknowledged, worked on, and it hasn't just been swept under the carpet, because we know, Cancer, that generally, the energy remains the same, and the cycle will perpetuate, will repeat, okay? So it needs to be transmuted. This is bringing the shadow to light, like what we're not acknowledging, what we haven't talked about, so that can be worked through. But the Ace of Cups, I mean, that could be your best birthday present if it's leading you to the Ten of Cups, but we have to air out. There's like a purification here that needs to happen. The advice, strength. Leo energy. The devil is Capricorn. I don't think I mentioned that. And I also have Sagittarius with Temperance. There is a potential to unlock here if the inner demons can be soothed, under control, can be tempered, can be resolved, can be illuminated. I mean, this Leo energy really speaks to the heart. At the end of the day, you are needing to follow your heart here with strength, courage, and bravery, and maybe putting ego and pride to the side, whether that is for you or somebody else involved here. This can be the energy of really taking strong leadership and action on your vision, right? That field of dreams. Now, coming back to if this is in work, career, or entrepreneurial journey for you, it's not being a bystander. It's no longer waiting. It's making your moves, right? From an appropriate place. Which is interesting because in the external influences, I've got the Four of Swords, which is a pause energy. That could be the advice that you're getting from someone. No, you should just wait, or it's not the right time. But I see you moving forward, absolutely. So maybe it's about soothing those fears, under control, listening to your own heart and moving ahead from that place, Cancer. Whilst other people might be saying, just wait, have you finished healing yet? Or what if it doesn't work out? The fear of the Three of Swords here. But I feel that you have the clarity that you need, Cancer. And look, hey, maybe there is a brief pause, or at least a reset or recovery or some self-care that needs to increase this month. Maybe you have been moving really fast, or you know that if I start this journey, whether it's repairing this relationship or whether it is this work, career, business journey, it's going to be all on. So your energy needs to be in the right place. But I feel that in terms of the waiting, one thing that I really know, and I have learned from my journey, Cancer, is that there never will be the right time. And you will be able to find a way to talk yourself out of it, or a relevant excuse that keeps you in this energy, looking out at what you could have, seeing other people achieve that dream, but standing on the sidelines and not getting into the dance of it. So I think we have to be mindful with this energy. Now, in your hopes and fears, the Eight of Cups. Wow, okay. Well, I think what you're really hoping for here is that Ace of Cups, this emotional new beginning, will be the missing piece that takes you from the 8 to the 9, wish fulfillment, which is the gateway to the 10 of Cups, that best life. When things start coming together in our lives in a positive way, I don't know if you feel this way, Cancer, but sometimes I get that feeling of this is too good to be true, or like, how's it going to end? There must be something bad that's going to happen. And that is coming from our past. That comes from the past losses and the past trauma, or a feeling that we're not worthy or deserving. So remember, you can have it all right? So I can see what you're hoping for. And the fear is, when is this going to evaporate? When is this going to end? What if it's not it? What if it is missing a piece? What if I move towards this and I shouldn't have? But isn't it better to have the strength and courage and know than not? Let's see what's in the outcome. Oh my goodness, it's the Tower. I'll have to clarify that one for you. But one thing with the Tower is that we have to make sure that the foundation is solid enough on which to build. All right. Sometimes the Tower in a spread where there are a lot of positive energies is that this could have come in quite suddenly, quite unexpectedly. Whatever the Ace of Cups signifies for you, there might be an upheaval to move towards it. Hence the Eight of Cups, with a movement theme. Well, if I say yes to this love and I'm all in, I have to relocate. I have to give something up. If I say yes to this work career situation, I have to say no to somebody else, another employer. Will I feel like I'm betraying them? Seven of Swords. Is this going to impact the friendship, the relationship? So that's the Tower. You know, sometimes there is something to give up. This is a restructure in a situation, or a restructure in the life area. And you're being asked to excavate down to the foundation to make sure that you build it strong, Cancer, so that it can support your Ten of Cups vision. What is in the shaky foundation is the devil energy, the blind spots, what you haven't been looking at, maybe your part in why it might have fallen in the first place as well. Ten of Swords, yeah. So I feel that there has been some kind of ending, or there will be an ending that is involved in order to embrace this new beginning. Wow, oh my goodness, okay, the moon as well. And this very much is not having all of the information, right? There could have been a secret here. I mean, if you are really evaluating the Ace of Cups, whether that's that new employment opportunity or love, you might have been keeping it to yourself because you knew that a tower had to come down, right? So you've been sitting on it, you've been getting the information, you've been mulling it over, but you are getting ready to launch on this. So this feels, that's pretty huge. That's a really big undercurrent coming out. The Queen of Pentacles is here. Do you know why that's a perfect last card? That is the minor arcana of the devil, and I always say she's danced with the devil. She's worked through that. She's refocused her energy, and she's made the decision. She's made the decision to move towards the new stability that feels right in the heart, because she knows she can grow and flourish with that. She's very much in the theme of home, live-in relationships, commitment, growing long-term wealth. So there could have been like a situation that came before this, going back to that Seven of Cups, that was a betrayal or was a deception that has had to be processed. Or maybe you are the one that is concerned that whatever you're cooking here is going to be perceived as a deception or a betrayal from a friend, an employer, or a lover. All right, and that can come in many, many different formats. So what I would say is honor your heart, but come from a place of authenticity, a place of integrity. Like, there is a real undercurrent to this situation that was foreshadowed by the devil. Like, behind the gloss, there is something real to be worked through, and it doesn't just involve you, is what I'm getting here. So that's why I think there is the pause and work through, but you are being called forward, because you can end up at your Ten of Cups. But one thing I do know is that it's often quite messy to get there, and there can be an undoing process. Like I said, an undoing process, or sometimes things have to fall apart to then fall back together in a realigned way. So I'm going to leave this here, Cancer, as a big birthday month for you. I do think the Ten of Cups is the best gift, but there's something huge to navigate to bring this together. If you'd like to follow up with a personal reading or healing, Cancer, the first link down below will pop you over to my website. I will also link you to my socials, Instagram and TikTok, for different daily readings. I'm hoping it is a wonderful month for you once you come out the other side of this. I'm sending you so much love and magic, Cancer. Do take care. Bye for now.